Hey guys, this is my first shooting video since October 2020, and I wanted to do a little commentary on this one to give you a little bit of insight what my objectives were for this shoot. You can see right there I didn't shoot a very nice score there. I've decided to change my stance. I've been watching the Olympics. All the Olympic pistol shooters kind of have a almost perpendicular stance to the target face, where in the past I've always had a very parallel. I almost face the target directly in like a old police style stance, or like a gunfighter, like straight on, and it's super comfortable. And I did shoot well in that stance, but maybe not as well as I would like to. It's kind of one of those things where when everyone is doing a certain technique and you're not, you kind of think that maybe the technique that you're using might be holding you back. And so I've started this new stance in hopes to break 500. Last year in October I scored a 498, which was good enough that day to beat Dad with his malfunctioning pistol, but I couldn't make 500, and I'd really like to break through that barrier this year. And you can see I did get the 10 and 9. I get a few more 9s in the video. My other techniques are all functioning and being consistent, breathing, timing. My new stance is really just an experiment in using a few new muscle groups to add consistency to my shooting. And I could see from the bullet hole patches my pattern of the day. I asked Dad if I could use a brand new target. It was his last one, he let me, and I'm grateful because all the patches on it were just from one day. 65 bullet patches, or bullet holes, and I could really see where my group is. And I had some wild flyers in the whites, that happens. This is a new technique. I yanked the trigger later, I can get a 4, and those things happen. That's just, again, techniques. I believe that I come back from that 4 and get a 10 and 2 9s, so the ability to take that bad shot and come right back and hit the 10 using all the, practice techniques that you should have in the first place been using, but not let your emotions get away with you when you make a bad shot. You can't hit the 10 every single time, no matter how hard you try, and I'm not expecting myself to do that. But for me, being able to come back from the 5 that I had earlier and the 4 that I'm going to get later meant a whole lot more to me than hitting all black and just like kind of all over the place. And I know that sounds kind of weird to be like, oh, well, if you hit all the black, then it should be all good. You should have a nice high score, but that's not always the case. If you're just like only hitting 7s, and also if you have no grouping. Another piece of the puzzle that is missing right now is that I have shooting glass, but it needs a lens. It needs a prescription lens for me, which would help clear up my sight picture all that much more and be, like a high def sight picture. So if I feel like if I'm making these nice scores and almost breaking 500 without, my prescription lens, adding that into the mix will be another huge leap forward for my score. And it's unfortunate that there is no Olympic level competition for this discipline of pistol shooting that I partake in. It goes as far as nationals, but there is no international level, so you really can't just find videos or information about this particular event that easily. However, I still would like to go to the national stage. I definitely don't feel like I would win the nationals, but it would be cool to have my name, in the list of shooters officially, and like a published list. I think that would be really cool. Last year, Dad picked up a beautiful Walther air pistol that I like to shoot and practice with. And while I could take on the air pistol as my main discipline and really focus on it, the problem is it's so much more precise than the type of shooting that I'm doing right now. I know when you read the different styles of shooting and you see 10-meter air pistol and you think, oh, 10 meters, it must be much easier. But if you consider that the 25-meter target that I'm shooting at, if you took it and placed it 50 meters away, that's the size of the air pistol target at 10 meters. It is so much smaller. Your bullseye is about the size of a dime, and the air pistol itself is so much less forgiving, I find. So it's definitely not the place to try out a new stance technique when the discipline is already harder than what I partake in. So the video is wrapping up. Just about finished the 4 rounds of 5 that we shoot on slow fire. Thanks for watching and tuning in. This is the first time I've ever done a commentary to any of the videos I've edited, whether it's video game or shooting or anything. And I'm hoping to continue this by adding insights. I know in the past my commentary always used to be like black screens with white type, almost like old-timey silent films. Especially in my early time of editing, early days of Counter-Strike editing videos. And so this was a lot of fun. It was very different. It took a million takes, and Sony Vegas crashed 100 times, but I'm glad that I am done, and I hope to make more. Thanks.